the Speed Camera Locations web app. I decided to write this web app to enable people to more easily see where the speed cameras are around the area, and more importantly, the ones that generate the most income. You'll see that there's a lot of cameras marked there, and we've got these very dark to quite light cameras. The light ones, lower income generation, lower number of fines. The red ones, a much higher number of fines. So if we just hover over it on the mouse or have a look at it, you'll see that there's a large number of fines. This one in Warrigal Road generates $21 million of revenue a year. That's absolutely huge. 12 million in Fitzroy Street and Lakeside Drive down near Albert Park, and in Flinders Street 15 million. Now that one is largely because of the 40 kilometre zone and how easy it is to actually speed going through that intersection and the city. And a lot of people, including myself, even a couple of years later, didn't know the speed limit through the city is now at 40 kilometres an hour. So if you just have a look, you can see the different amounts of revenue generated by each camera, and the higher the revenue, the more people get caught, so the greater the probability that you may inadvertently speed in one of those locations. You can see yourself, that's your actual current location when you open up the web app, and if you zoom in, you can see easily the cameras that are around your location and the sort of exposure. So it's good to know. Check out your normal driving paths, directions, and see where the cameras are located. For us, going from Templestowe into the city, there's actually only one camera which is located right in the city that we'd pass through, so very low risk. Coming back home, there may be two or three, so again it increases. And a moment's lapse of concentration, you can easily go over that speed limit. Watching the cars, something catches your attention, you think you're driving safe, but you're ever so slightly over that speed limit, so do be careful. Now the second web app is quite useful for when you're driving. This is one which will alert you as you're approaching a speed camera. Now what I've done is that the GPSs in mobile phones aren't particularly great, so do be careful with this web app. It's good, it generally works well, but sometimes it misses the speed camera and doesn't tell you until after you've passed it, which doesn't really help. But that's simply the limitation of the GPSs that are built into the mobile phones. So if you're driving along in a country area, you'll see that I've sort of said alert 350 metres. You can change that to 500, 1000 just by pressing on that. It's set to 350, which is about right for driving around the city in relatively normal sort of traffic loads. You'll see here that where it starts off grey, and if you click on start, it goes white, and as you drive, your marker moves, and if you're driving in this direction as you approach the speed camera, it will tell you that there's a speed camera nearby. And as you come up here and turn, again, it will tell you as you get close, there's a speed camera nearby. It doesn't tell you where your exposure is. So for example, with this camera, if you're approaching from this direction, it will take a picture of you. But if you're approaching from this direction, it can't. It can only take pictures of you and check your speed coming from this direction. Likewise, this camera, coming from this direction, it can take a picture of you and your speed if you're breaking the law. Coming from this direction, though, it doesn't. So, but I've decided to only make it, let you know that it's in the area, and you can adjust your speed and make sure that you're actually obeying the road laws. Now you can zoom in and zoom out. And if you want to, a little handy thing is you can turn the traffic on and off. So as you're driving along, you can see whether or not you're coming up to a busy intersection by the red roads. So hopefully that gives you an idea of the usefulness. That one is really good going in an area that you don't know the cameras that well. Just a bit apprehensive, it helps you. One other thing is to turn off your screen. So normally most people have their screens go into lock mode after 10 or 15 seconds. Go in there and change it when you're driving to about 30 minutes, and that way put the app on and leave it on. It only works when it's in the foreground. Screen lock doesn't come on, and it will track you as you're going along and warn you in my voice that you're approaching a speed camera. Good luck, and hopefully now you will not get booked by another speed camera as you go along.